morning.
Morning.
It's a Sunday morning, September 7th. We have taken the train from San Sebastian, our base for a few days, and we've come east to Irun because we wanted to start our Camino from this town. So we've taken the bus over. We are just about 7:30 in the morning, and we're ready to start walking.
It's 28 degrees.
Okay, we are just over an hour into our walk this morning. First part was on roads and pavement, still steep, but quite a climb. This last bit we have been on more of a rocky trail. This isn't even bad. There are sections where it was really loose and rolling under your feet, but we're at a spot we can look back to the north end of Irun, right at the ocean. So it's kind of our first look at the ocean on the walk this morning. Talk to you later. So we are at our junction. You can either stay on the low side and not have quite as bit of a climb, or you can go to the right, what they call Purgatorio, which I'm sure means something to walkers, but and take the high end, but that gets you right up on the ridge of the mountaintop, and hopefully the best views today. It looks like a nice clear day, so we should have a good chance for views. We'll give it a shot. Well, they say a picture's worth 1,000 words, so that one definitely seems to tell the story about the choice and path. So if we take the right, here's where we're gonna head. Wish us luck. Still have a bit of a climb up to the peak, but I was wrong. Getting to the church wasn't the toughest part. This last 600-meter climb up the Billy Goat Trail
Was tough.
it was horrible. Positive if we go right to the top of that hill, but I think we might go in between the two peaks there, it looks like. But we're going to be coming up to some cows and some sheep and walking through the middle of those. Okay, we've been walking about 2.5 hours. Don't believe we're at the peak yet, but I'm just going to turn around and show you Irun. We would have started down not out towards the water edge there, but more in the middle of town is where we got off the bus this morning and started walking. And come around this end and up over top of these hills here. You can see the ocean on the other side, but we do still have a bit of a hill in front of us. So we've still got some climbing to do, but I think we're getting up there, and we'll have a steep descent down into La Passages. On each side of the river, and then we'll be back up a hill to cross over and come down into San Sebastian later today. Irun, coming around, radio tower, and all the way around, so I think we are at the peak, but we will see. This is not an easy climb down. Coming down the hill, we're getting close to the passages. And we still have to climb down to get down into the town there. About 12:30 in the afternoon, so we've been on the road about 5 hours with a couple of small breaks for just to catch our breath and have a drink of water kind of thing. But we are still coming into town, like into San Pasegas. This is just a different kind of a walkway than we've been coming through, but everything for the last probably half hour has been very steep. And just a note for anybody interested, we have not had any services since leaving Irun. So there's been no food trucks, no water taps. There was one tap in by the chapel just before you split and go up the high road. There was a water fountain there, but it was not drinkable water. So there's been no services at all from Irun until we get down into town. So just as a heads up for anybody walking the Camino. Far enough into the day, I can tell you a funny story. 2.5 years ago, when we started the Camino Francais, we were so excited on our first day. Woke up and put our backpacks on. We headed out of town and started up into the climb into the Pyrenees. And as we were walking along, we realized that we were so excited to get going that we had forgot to fill our water bottles. So looking back 2.5 years later, we've laughed about that a lot of times and kind of thought that was funny. So I'll tell you a bit of a story for this morning. We took off from our apartment, headed to the bus that we had to catch to come to Irun. And just as we got to the bus stop, which is about a 15-minute walk, we realized that we left our water bottles at the fridge this morning because we were so excited to get on the road. So we had to hustle back to the apartment, grab the water bottles, hustle back to the train station, and we just made it back in time to catch our bus over to the town. I'm sure we'll look back in a couple of years and think that was hilarious, but right now... Guessing it's an old aqueduct, but I would not have any idea on what kind of age to put on that. But very cool. Can someone tell me? Is Karen still coming behind me? We're on the downhill into Donestias and Sebastian. I think we've made it. We'll see you when we get down there. Okay, we're on a different section of downhill here that you really have to watch your footing because of the tree roots. And it is fairly steep, so you can get a bit of speed if you're not watching what you're doing. But just want to give one pointer here. When you live in the prairies of Canada and you train for a Camino, and then you come to the edge of France and Spain, you cannot make yourself ready for this. This is Probably the hardest thing we've ever done. Comparable, if not harder, than the first day of the Francais over the Pyrenees. There has been a lot of ups and downs, and we're just happy that it looks like we're gonna get through today. Talk to you at the end.